So we got a Herman James here telling us that there's no difference between industrial chicken and an organically raised chicken on pasture. Since people have a hard time having any kind of empathy for farm animals, let's just put this in terms of puppies, for example. So what Herman is telling you is that if you have a barn with 16,000 puppies in it, they're living in their own shit, and you just throw some sawdust on the ground, and then you feed them the cheapest possible feed imaginable, and then you put antibiotics in it to make sure there's no critical infection wiping out the whole flock of puppies, right? That this is somehow going to create this same healthy puppy that you would get if you took maybe 20 puppies, put them in a large cage, and moved them through the pasture every single day, twice a day, to make sure they were never living in their own crap, right? So, like, who's gonna believe this? Like, I'm not talking scientific studies or research or all that, because that's been done, and it's more than amply proven that organic is superior. But let's just appeal to people's everyday amount of education and reason, right? Which puppy's healthier? We all, it's a puppy mill. Those people run a puppy mill, right? And Herman here, right, says he's got a background running 16,000 chickens in a barn, like it's a chicken mill. But we're supposed to believe that this is somehow moral or ethical because, get this, the guy doing it says so. I think that's kind of stupid, and I think most of the people hearing this are going to agree. And if you don't agree, feel free to be stupid with Herman and eat that kind of food and die prematurely. Because let's face it, if you treat an animal that way, then what goes around comes around, right? And then you end up being in a overpopulated group home, getting really crappy food and being propped up on antibiotics till your premature death. Isn't that sweet, right? So to each their own, but because I want my life to be filled with vitality and health and freedom and fresh air and cleanliness, that's the same thing I'm going to provide for my birds. So Herman, I'll repeat to you what I wrote in the comments. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.